Hey, good morning, everyone. Let's get straight to the breaking news. Harvey provoking an unfolding flooding disaster in America's fourth largest city, Houston, Texas.
This is all happening right now as we come on the air, and the situation is unfortunately dire.
First of all, it was a lot of water. Our total call increased big time. Lots of people being rescued. The biggest thing that I went through after it first blew in, we had 2 back-to-back calls, and then a third one dropped, and I ended up getting stranded myself in Leak City for about 13 and a half hours by myself in one of our fire engines.
Yeah, it was when I woke up that morning, I expected my house to be flooded, but it wasn't. And got up and made some phone calls, and one of our deputies picked me up at my house in one of the county's dump trucks.
Havoc, madness, people went crazy. I think taught us to be better prepared if next time a storm comes.
Making landfall early Saturday morning. Look at this, it's a Category 3 storm. The first time we've had a Category 3 landfall, if it happens, since Wilma back in 2005. But then the problem after that is the system basically crawls to a stop and lingers over the same area for about 3 to 4 days or so.
It was a very challenging time because we had to come up with ways to handle calls in a manner that we've never done before. We basically went to the radios and communicated that way because we were not only receiving calls at that time for Beaumont, but we were receiving calls for Port Arthur, Port Neches, other cities in the Golden Triangle.
I was able to get out of my residence where a lot of other officers weren't. I initially responded to a homicide during Harvey and worked that pretty much by myself until midday when we could finally get our detective sergeant and another detective in.
It was a pretty tough time. My house flooded, so my wife and I lost pretty much everything we owned. Trying to balance that between work and coming to work and seeing there was a lot of people in the same situation as us.
Born and raised there, I was gone through lots of hurricanes, but that one was a little different. Mostly a lot of rescuing people out of flooded areas. You know, whenever your house gets flooded, it doesn't matter if it's 2 inches or 2 feet, it's a panic. So a lot of assisting people to get to safer grounds. And then really a lot of the work came in afterwards, where we're not only doing our duties, our 12-hour shifts, but even after that, helping our neighbors clean up, rip out carpet, stuff like that, that we just get out there as a community and help.
Harvey has inspired an army of heroes putting their lives on the line to save their neighbors with everything they have, from boats to jet skis to floats, many wading through dangerous floodwaters to pull victims to safety.
Well, I actually wrote out the hurricane at home, and the first day when the hurricane was done, I actually went into it was my first day back to the department, and within a 48-hour period, we did 36 calls. It's my truck alone.
A big test of faith for my family, a lot of hardships, but also an awesome outpour of support and help from friends, from people that we didn't even know.
They were rescuing people in their own boats, taking people in their own houses, coming and donating items that people were going to need.
You either love it or hate it. The officers that do this job, they do it for the passion. They like I say, it's a profession and it's an honor. It's to make a difference in the community and individuals' lives.
You know, hopefully we've learned to get along a little bit better, you know, and not worry about the small things and make sure that, you know, we take care of each other. I think we see that more as teams, as you know, as a store team. We make sure that we check up on each other and make sure. I know that I check on my neighbors a little bit more now than I did before.
First time, mother always taught me is that, to give of yourself, to other people who are in need, and when you have nothing else to give, then give of yourself. So I guess from a very young age, I was in a life of servitude.